And now let's talk about the Apple Unleashed event. Music and Mac was the theme of the event. New Apple Music voice plan. Then 3 new colors for the HomePod Mini. I don't know how excited I am by those, but we will review it at one point. 3rd generation AirPods reveal new design, spatial audio, lots of other things, but does not have noise cancellation. So they've kept that for the AirPod Pro. Then the big ones, M1 Pro and M1 Max chipsets revealed more CPU cores, more GPU cores, support for RAM higher than 16 GB. They also spoke about the 14-inch MacBook Pro, 16-inch MacBook Pro revealed. Now both have this new slightly flatter design, rounded corners, all black keyboard, HDMI port, SD card slot, MagSafe added back. Again, this is big news. MagSafe is back. 120Hz HDR mini LED displays, again a big thing. Now the CPU performance with these new chipsets is really the big news. This is the thing where it's twice as fast in CPU performance, 4 times more powerful in graphics than the previous Intel-based MacBook Pros. Let's take a look at what else they actually announced.
The Apple Unleashed event might truly have unleashed an entirely new way of looking at what a laptop can do. Opening up with a sequence of music being made on a MacBook out of some of the sounds from the Apple products that were all going to be talked about during the event, the theme of the event was set up early. It was going to be all about music and Mac. For music, we got a new Apple Music voice plan priced at 49 rupees a month, where users can listen to their favorite tunes through voice commands to Siri. Then we saw the new HomePod minis with 3 new colors added to the lineup: yellow, orange and blue. Right after that, we finally saw the 3rd gen AirPods with the new design, new case, better battery and spatial audio. After that, we saw what most of the Pro users in the world had been waiting for. Apple revealed 2 new MacBook Pros, the 14-inch and the 16-inch. Both of them will be equipped with either of the new Pro versions of the M1 processor, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max. Both the MacBooks have a new design which is much flatter with rounded corners. They both have new all-black keyboards. The touch bar is gone and the function keys are back. The lost ports have also been added back. The right side has an HDMI port, a Thunderbolt 4 port, an SD card slot along with 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, a headphone jack with support for high-fidelity headphones and a MagSafe port for charging on the left side. Yes, MagSafe is back on the MacBook. Up top, the displays have had huge upgrades. They are much sharper HDR displays now, backed by a panel of thousands of mini LEDs like the 12.9-inch M1 iPad Pro. They have 1000 nits of brightness, and best of all, they now have a high refresh rate of up to 120Hz, which varies from 24Hz to 120Hz based on what is happening on the display. The bezels around the display have been reduced, but that also resulted in a notch on the display. The notch houses a 1080p webcam which is very similar to the one on the M1 iMac. In terms of audio, both the 16-inch and the 14-inch MacBooks have world's first 6-speaker system which delivers 80% more bass and spatial audio. Even with these amazing upgrades everywhere, the truly game-changing upgrades are brought by the new chips. And according to what Apple claims, the M1 Pro and the M1 Max give 1.7 times better CPU performance while using 70% less power when compared to the MSI GP66 Leopard, a laptop with the Intel 11th Gen i7 processor. In terms of GPU performance, the M1 Pro provides a slightly better performance while using 70% less power when compared to the Legion 515, a laptop with NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3050 Ti. As for the M1 Max, it provides better GPU performance while using 40% less power when compared to the Razer Blade 15 Advanced, a laptop with the NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080. What does this translate to in the real world? The MacBooks with M1 Pro and M1 Max will give you better performance than the mentioned laptops, all on the power from their battery. These MacBooks will perform much better while lasting a lot longer, at least as per what Apple claimed throughout the event. When compared to the previous highest-end Intel-based MacBook Pros, the new MacBooks are at least twice as fast and twice as powerful, all while almost doubling the battery life. Now, even though the charts shown by Apple for comparison with other laptops are not clear enough to be conclusive, based on how far M1 exceeded the expectations, there are reasons to hope that these new processors will be just as game-changing as Apple claims. And if that stands out to be true, what these laptops will be capable of doing all on battery power is pretty unimaginable. The future of MacBooks is pretty exciting, and we are just as excited to test them out to show if they are worth it or not.
Bye.